goodness, as you can tell, man, I'm missing sports quite a bit today on a Saturday, man. I've watched old Rockets highlights on YouTube. I've watched old Astros highlights on YouTube. I'm wearing old Astros gear. And it's so sad, man, that I feel this way, that I am probably headed to Whataburger right after this when I should probably get a workout session in. But anyways, before I do any of that, man, I wanted to get into a topic today that I thought quite lengthy about, because I didn't really know what to bring you guys today for content. Usually the Texans are pretty good at giving me content, especially with Bill O'Brien. So with Bill O'Brien being this quiet, it could only mean something is about to explode and pop up coming up on Monday or, the following days. But anyways, man, today the Houston Texans issued new numbers for the rookies and veteran free agents that they did sign. One of the things that stand out, man, Brandon Cooks decided not to go with number 10 and chose to wear number 13. Not too sure if he's wore that number before. I know he wore number 10 with New Orleans. He wore 14 with New England. And he wore 10 again, I believe, with the Rams. So, yeah, I'm not sure where the 13 comes from. I think the 13 that we've had was last one to wear it, Braxton Miller. And then, of course, TJ Yates, man, our first quarterback to take us to the postseason in the Houston Texans organization. Other than that, I don't remember anyone else wearing number 13. Some of the other ones are Randall Cobb is wearing number 18, Hanson 17, Higdon Jr. went ahead and took Jonathan Joseph's number that was vacant, as he has now gone to Tennessee. Number 24, Johnson, he's going to be wearing 31. And then Hargrave switched from 28-26, which now Thomas is wearing, the safety special teamers that we got from the Giants. You got Kukwa wearing 45, overpaid Murray at 23. Don't know why 23 is not retired yet, but that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Cavalli, 76. Jalen Watkins, 27. Alufai, number 98. Blacklock's going to wear number 90, another number that I'm... Okay. Coulter, the wide receiver that we drafted, I believe we did, and it's going to be wearing 82. Heck. The tackle that we drafted, 67, Grenard, will wear number 52. Iwagwu, number 70. Johnson, 57. Jones, 47. The other Reed, 34. And then Phillips, 40. Then you got Simmons wearing 86. Stapleton wearing 84. Tiano, 8. Woodward, 77. All people that I'm not too sure that will be on the 53. But yeah, man, I was at first going to talk about just the new numbers that were issued. But that's just not enough substance and content to talk about. But what I do want to talk about is what numbers and why those numbers have not been retired by the Houston Texans. Off the bat, man, number 23 that's currently going to be used has already been used by Carlos Hyde. Now it's going to be used again with a defensive back. So, what are we doing there? Let's pay tribute to the legendary folks. Look, on this channel, we do once a month a Tribute Tuesday. I'm leaning towards probably going to end up going with Arian Foster now that these numbers have been issued. Just because, man, I understand that Arian Foster might not care. He doesn't really worry about whether they're going to retire his number or not, or they, will try to put him in the Ring of Honor. But as fans, man, we do care because they symbolize a certain player, and we want those players to be respected. Now, number 8, to be honest with you, I don't know. I know some fans will feel a certain way about that with David Carr wearing that number. But as far as Arian Foster, man, I feel like 23 should already be retired. Nobody should be able to wear that. And I'm not too sure why number 80, Andre Johnson's jersey, has not been retired and why people are wearing it. I could make a case that Jonathan Joseph as well is a player whose number should be retired through all the seasons and adversity that he spent there. One of our biggest free agent signings in the Texans history, and yet, so that's really, I think, another part where Bill O'Brien doesn't seem to care and find respect for players that were here and were brought in before his time. And I think that's actually also a reason why Houston Texans fans feel the way that they feel with Bill O'Brien, because he doesn't seem to have a sense for respect towards certain players, and that's the thing that comes to bite him in the butt, to be honest with you. As you know, Hopkins clearly has stated there was no relationship on there. He told Sports Illustrated, make sure that you put that in the article. There was no relationship between me and Billy O. And so, like, it's crazy to think that we still have these numbers out there available for these players. I also want to say 90, Mario Williams or Clowney, either or, like, both very impactful players. Numbers that should definitely be considered to be retired, man. And, I just find it a little bit disrespectful. And I feel like, we should definitely honor the people that I feel like have been cornerstones for this franchise, have kind of given you a picture of what that position resembles, whether it's been defensive lineman, whether it's been cornerback, whether it's been wide receiver, whether it's been quarterback or running back. And, we got to pay tribute to that. We got to pay respect to that. And, I understand maybe it's not as common as it usually is to retire these numbers. I just feel like maybe they should hint at least to the player, like, hey, so-and-so used to wear this number, and maybe you want to choose a different number. Maybe you don't have to retire, but I feel like maybe you should kind of steer people away from that. Now, I did ask about Tim Jernigan and why his number wasn't announced. Someone on the Discord for Saw Sports told me it was because he hasn't passed his physical yet. So to me, I'm like, what are we waiting for, right? Another thing I did want to mention before I actually head out for today on this short video is Taco Charlton, man. Taco Charlton was signed to a 1-year deal with the Chiefs. And, man, I feel like that's a major signing for them. They continue to revamp that defensive line, and yet we are still left with only 2 pass rushers. Rookie coming into the season, and J.J. Watt. Other than that, you count with Merciless being good in the beginning of the season, kind of falling off, and then kind of picking up towards the end of the season in the playoffs. And then, I mean, who else do you have rushing, the quarterback? Jacob Martin here and there, but they don't consistently put him there. Maybe you'll see a little bit more sacks coming from Grenard now, and they'll be able to blitz with him. All these things, to me, that I feel like we're not really putting the effort to, really stack up on this D-line. I mean, they wanted Charlton in 2019. They went to Dallas to try to see if they can trade for him. They couldn't get a trade going because apparently they wanted A.J. Moore. I'd have flipped A.J. Moore in a heartbeat. But then again, there was the problem with Charlton's contract, which is the reason why he ended up going to Miami. Then Miami, I believe, they were only paying him like $1 or $2 million. They just released him, and now I'm pretty sure the Chiefs are not going to overpay for him. They really can't afford to do so with Mahomes' contract right around the corner, which is another thing. I just got news of Trubisky's option was not picked up, so, man, his writing on the wall is pretty much right there. Look, if they suck this season, they'll probably be one of the top teams that will be able to draft Lawrence, man. So there's been rumors about the Patriots, being one of those teams, but then, of course, they're looking into maybe bringing in Andy Dalton. So interesting things going on around the league, man. So you make sure you guys keep in touch with that. But as far as Houston Nation and Houston, Texas, baby, I expect a damn safety to be signed by this week. They better be signed by this week. We need fucking safety help. There's no freaking way that we can just go in with freaking Reed, A.J. Moore, freaking Jalen Watkins, and Murray. Like, that's not going to do it for your safety group, man. But anyways, that's my spill, man. Y'all take it easy. Be safe. Let's get it.